Question 8's a very challenging question. Lots of people had difficulty with this. And it's been designed so that people can't use their calculators to do their integrals. What you've been given is that this area here is equal to r is equal to 10. And you've got to figure out that really what this is, it's the area under the curve. So this bit here is the integral from 1 to a of the square root of x dx. And that is 10. The question for part A says, what about the square root of 8x? So just moving the screen down here then. This is exactly the same as the square root of x times by the square root of 8. You know that from your surds work. And so if we're trying to find the integral of this from 1 to a, we can take this factor out. We can take that factor out and say that this is root 8 times by the integral again. And because that integral we know is 10, this is just root 8 times by 10, or 10 root 8s. You could even tidy that up because actually you know what root 8 is. Using your surds, that's the same as 2 root 2. And so we've got a total here of 20 root 2s. Now, don't worry about that because we can actually move on without that information here. This one here, we're now going from 0 to a. So, sorry, I've moved it up again, but let's go back to the picture here. So that means we now need to go all the way for this whole area. We already know that bit's 10, so our job is just to work out what this bit here is. Well, we could use our calculator to do it, I suppose. Let me show you what it's going to be. Here's the integral. We're doing the integral of the square root of x. And for this little bit here, we just need to go from 0 here to 1. From 0, to 1. There it is. And so that tells us that that integral is going to be, what, 0.66 or 2/3. So this is 2/3. Add the 10 for the other bit. So 10 and 2/3. Really, I'd rather see you do the integral yourself. So I'd rather see that you know that the square root of x is x to the power of a half. And we're integrating that. When you're integrating, the power goes up by 1. So a half add 1 is 3/2. Divide by the new power. So dividing by that is timesing by the fraction upside down. And we're trying to do this between 0 and 1. Putting in the 1 here just gives us 2/3. Putting in the 0 gives 0. And there's that 2/3 that we got from the calculator earlier. So our total answer here now, what, 32/3. Show that a is 2 to the power of k. So we're now saying that the integral between 0 and a of the square root of x dx is 32/3. Now we've got to find out what a is. We've already integrated this thing, haven't we? We know this thing integrates to give 2/3 x to the 3/2 between a and 0. And we know that that is 32/3 again. So I'm going to drop the a into here now. I've got 2/3 of a to the power of 3/2 equals 32/3. If you're really stressed here, you can tap that into the calculator and do a shift solve. But look, we could just times both sides by 3. We could divide both sides by 2. So I've now got a to the power of 3/2 is 16. And you were asked to show this in the form of 2 to the k. So 2 to the k to the 3/2 is equal to 16. Now 16, we should know, is 2 to the power of 4. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So my last line here now is that 3/2k is equal to 4. 3/2 times by k, 3/2k is equal to 4. Times by 2, divide by 3, gives us k is 8/3. I think having watched that, you need to just clear that, go through it again, don't copy it down, and see if you can do that again. There's other ways of finishing off that one there. Actually, I've copied away someone in the workshop was doing it there. I did that in a different way. But, well done if you've got all the way through.